They can hear me. Hello, folks. And now they can hear you. I think they can hear you. I hope they can hear you. But there we go. Now we're on screen.
We
Let's go.
are?
Yes, we are
All
on. We're
right. Well, I
live.
got to go. It was really nice. I appreciate it. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.
That's the end of the show, guys.
Thank
Um,
you. Thank you for waiting in chat for nothing.
absolutely. Oh, man. Well, welcome, guys, to another Lethal's Vapor Lounge live. And actually, me and Michelle, we were talking earlier, and that's the reason why I call it the Vapor Lounge. There, Michelle, is because I like to have such a chilled out show.
Well, for people that know me from That's What She Said, I'm at a much higher number right now. So things will be much better.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, aloha, Kevin.
Yes.
And fuck it, I'm shouting out. Vape and Irish, dude, you're the bestest. And that's why I put in chat about the loud vase. That's right from Vape and Irish. Actually, Vape and Irish gave us a game on That's What She Said. Drunker Kid. That's because he came up with that.
No shit.
Yeah. No, I'm not a 12. I'm like a 7 and rising. But I'm gonna give you your show back since I've now taken it already. Sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, so normally what we do is we start by going through our buffet and what we're vaping on. So why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Got as much time as I want.
Yep.
I think today we're gonna do a tour of my favorite Addy of all time.
So gorgeous.
Sorry, man, my brain's not working. Dual parallel, dual MOSFET tin with a TM24 with an Eclipse cap, and that was it. That's the one time I'm going to say that because now everything's the same. Monarch, this one's named after my son. I don't want to talk about this one.
That one's very, very beautiful.
I love that. I love that mod. Dual parallel. And finally, this is like maybe the second mod I ever made, way before I was doing tins.
Holy cow.
With a TM24. Just real simple.
Very nice.
Thanks.
All right, it looks like we're doing fine on the stream. Cool.
And I think that's good. That was 4 TM24s.
That's 4 TM24. Are those the 24s or the 24 Pros?
Well, so here's the deal. 2 of them are 24 Pros. 2 of them I got from Kent, their bases, but they work with a TM24 Pro or a TM24. So I think it's what it is I think that the bases that he sells are TM24 Pro decks, but they don't have the more expensive screws in them. They have like just regular set screws. Well, they're good set screws, don't get me wrong, but they're not like those blue, whatever high speed. Yeah. So, but it's like, I think it was $15 for a deck.
Yep.
And then like $20, I think, for the Eclipse cap.
That's not bad at all.
So that's like $35 for like an insanely amazing RDA.
That's dope. That's awesome. So that's what you got. 4 TM24s. I don't have anything that impressive. I've got my.
It's not impressive, dude. It's just I
love the RDA.
I stay with it, man. It's just. I mean, look, I have a couple other RDAs going right now. I have a Unicorn going on top of a Hexome. I have Mark's Warlock's Hammer with what the hell is that? Oh, duh, that's the Dead Goat on there. and that's still going. And then I also have like a OG Recoil going. That's like everything I'm actually using. Okay, no, I lied. Also, there's a Aeolus Light. And oops, I'm not done yet. I don't know why I'm rambling, but I am. Well, I do know why I'm rambling. And then I also have a oh, god damn it. Come on. Lucid, right? Yeah, Lucid. Of course.
Is that on the Dreamer?
Yeah. I love that combo. Stan, when I think this was before I actually like built Stan a dual dime, but he had sent me, I think, his Lazy Vapors box to repair, and I repaired it. And then when he sent me something, he actually gave me this, and I
Wow.
love it. I really do. It's such a great, simple mech mod.
It's a really nice mod, I
Yeah.
have to say. I'm actually looking into getting another one
Oh,
in
whoops. I'm
brass.
sorry. Vaping Irish says he told. Sorry. Yes, Irish, you're right. I'm getting up there, dude. I'm sorry, Chris, with a
No,
K.
no, you're fine. So yeah, what am I on? I've got the Dot Mod Dot Box 300 watt lipo with the Dead Rabbit RTA on top there. I've got the Voopoo Drag with my new Kelpie RTA on top. And what else do I got? It just fell over because
Oh,
that was dumb. I've got the Slam piece with
nice.
the Apocalypse Gen 2 on top there. And lastly, not leastly, I've got the Drop Dead RDA. You gonna focus?
Very,
Of course
very.
not. Fucking Logitech. Anyways, that's on the topside dual. And in those, I actually have some of Stevie Dilligaff Porter's Tobacco Crunch and Solomero. I love that. That's a lemon lime ice cream. It's delicious. So,
I would actually try that juice.
it,
I'm not asking for it. I'm just stating
right.
that
It's
that's like a juice I actually would try.
it's creamy, like kind of like a key lime pie creamy.
If it gets too creamy, then I'm not like. Then
It's not
I'm
like over.
losing
Like
interest.
it's definitely more lemon lime than it is cream, but it's
Yeah.
got that nice smoothness to it on the back end.
Yeah, I don't know what it is like. I like custard in IRL, but a
Juice
custard
doesn't though.
vape. I know a lot of people that love custard, but I just it doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
It's kind of makes me. It kind of like it's a little nauseating actually.
Really?
But you know what? That's the great thing about vaping. You can pretty much vape any flavor you want. If you really, really want to, any flavor.
Yep. Yep.
You're not
Absolutely.
smoking a ciggy.
Exactly. Irish says Stan's a nice guy, and it's all nice guy and all. It's a shame he's such a
He's such a
hipster.
hipster.
So yeah, that's what I'm vaping on. So Michelle, you and I, for those of you guys who don't know, you and I met at NVE this year in Connecticut at Mohegan Sun.
I think we were at Ruby's booth, right?
Yes, yes, at the Aspen Modco
Yeah,
booth. Yep, absolutely.
that was my safe place.
Yeah, that was. It felt a lot different of a vibe there
Yeah,
than
it
like
was. It
walking
was just
around.
yeah, it was cool. I mean, the Modders Gallery was kind of quiet, but it was kind of better in a way. Not for people
Yeah,
that were there, perhaps, but
right.
for completely selfish reasons. It was really cool in there. Like J-Bo was in there with us, and we were all just like it was like hanging out all day.
That's
It was
awesome.
it was awesome. But I'm sorry, continue. My
No, no. I was just going into it. That's where the conversation goes. Is where the conversation goes. You know. Yeah. So we met at NVE. Why don't you tell the people in chat a little bit about who you are for those of you who don't know who she is?
Okay, well, it all started when my mom and dad had sex, and then about 9 months later, I was born. It was a cold winter day.
Where did not where did Michelle come from?
Sorry.
No, no, you're fine. Uh, what does Michelle Lynn Duldime do, and what brought you to start doing that?
I think. I mean, I don't know. I'll probably backtrack still too much, but I grew up like tinkering with things. Like I mean, even as a kid, like my dad would get so upset because it's like whatever you got, I took apart. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
I had to take it apart and figure out how shit worked. And then sometimes at that age, putting it back together
Is a lot more difficult.
yeah, I mean, I got much better at that, obviously, but And but you know, I also like I liked hanging out with my dad when I was young, like in the garage and stuff like that, and just learning what I could learn. And you know, at that age, my dad was a welder, and I you know, I learned a lot from him, like mechanically and things like that. And also, I raced cars for 20 years, and you can't not learn,
Right.
you know. But um, to the actual like dull dimes, um, what I would say is, I think really what got me thinking about doing it was when people first were talking about, you know, bands and how, okay, you know, there might be a day where I can't get, you know, the liquid that I like. I can't get a mod anymore. And you know, that just really kind of like rocked my boat because after my son died in 2013, I wanted to start, you know, smoking cloves again. And the reason I didn't start smoking cloves is because I found these green smokes online that were clove, you know, and it was a little e-cig, and it was great. And so if at some point they were going to ban that and make it so that you couldn't do that any longer, then that meant I would have to go back to, you know, smoking a clove.
Right.
And I didn't want to do that. So that's what started, you know, kind of checking out the internet. Like I would go to like Google and like Google wiring diagrams for mods, and just like honestly every friggin' picture I have seen, you know, and just educated myself on mod building. And then, you know, then I started with, you know, little mods, you know, like that. Um,
I love seeing them. I do.
this is one of my early ones too. You know, just, you know, simple box mods. And and then one day, I don't know where the fuck I was. I think it was like in an antique shop or something. I found this really old Curad tin. It was like 100 years old, and I made it into. I saw it, and I'm like, you know what? I can make this into a mod. And so that was actually my first Dull Dime.
That's awesome.
Who and Grim Green has that one right now.
Oh.
That's Dull Dime number one, and but it's essentially these two are kind of twins, except the tin that I have is actually older than the one that Grim has.
Oh wow.
And it's this one here is like a dual parallel with battery tubes inside
Holy cow.
and a dual MOSFET uh, board, actually switch FET. No, okay, I just that switch FET's a brand. It's technically a click FET, but um, regardless, it's
That's
a dual
nice.
MOSFET board that the guy who makes the battery trays that I use in my other mods, he made these like one-off little, you know, dual MOSFET click FET, and he's like, hey, you want to try these out? And he gave me 5 of them.
Oh wow.
And I've already used them. I used one in Angela Garrity's mod, one in this one right here, the one with the dime for the button.
Oh.
Used it in here. You know, so anyway, I've used it in 3 mods already. It's a great little board, but the thing is, you can't get them.
Nope.
And nor can I. So anyway, that's come in handy. But so after I made the one for well, first I made it for myself. I used it, and then I in texting with, or not texting, emailing with Nick Green, I asked him if he wanted it, and he was, you know, whole hog on it. And that just started like, okay, I guess I'm going to start making some other ones. And so I went online to like Etsy and started buying, you know, just various tins, different sizes, to just try out, see what worked. And, you know, ultimately, you know, an Altoids tin is like the perfect fucking size for a dual parallel at 18650, you know?
That's awesome. Those are so
You know,
nice.
nothing's too tight in there. It's super, you know, try to keep it simple. Now,
Those are
if you
beautiful.
really want to push your luck in an Altoids tin, you do something like I made for the vaping biker over in the UK, Dean. I made him a dual parallel squonking mod, and with a dual MOSFET. And essentially, what it was is there was a battery here, a battery over here, a squonk bottle in the middle, that board that you saw on the other mods, that little dual MOSFET board,
Yeah.
was all the way in the back.
Oh my goodness.
And then there was, the squonking 510, and then on the back was where the button, the actuator was. And then when that thing was finished, there was just literally nothing left. There was no room left in there at all. You just put the batteries in, and that was it. But that thing took me, oh my God, probably 20 to 30 hours.
Wow.
I started with like a triple battery tray, and then just using my my Dremel, I just dremeled out that center tray, and it was all just by eye and test fitting. And okay, nope, take it out, Dremel it some more, and put it back. See, it was a lot of
Trial and error.
Yeah, because there's one of them.
Yeah.
That's it. Any lesson you learn doesn't apply to anything else you're going to make. Because I'm definitely not making another one of those.
Right.
But like a regular dual parallel mod with like a single MOSFET, like that's, I don't really have to think too much about the wiring.
That's your bread and butter.
You just do it. And actually, I think it takes me longer to explain how they work than to just do it. Wow. But back to the one I made for Dean, the Vaping Biker. I am actually going to make one more dull dime with that triple battery tray, but I'm making that for myself. It's going to be a triple parallel dull dime.
Oh, wow.
I want a triple parallel. I made Stan a triple parallel, like a build stand, essentially. Okay. But I mean, I made it with like an over 100-year-old Lipton tea tin, and I made that a triple parallel, so he could fire like pretty much anything on there. And after I built it, I was testing it, and to test it, just vape off of it, make sure it works. And let me tell you something, a triple parallel with like the build that I have on here, oh my God, so good. So good.
This motherfucker here wants to know, do MOSFET mods hit at the same speeds as mechanical mods?
Okay, no. Okay. That's loaded, that question. In a laboratory, a mechanical mod, a mechanical switch. Let me jump to another mod of mine. And this is not like you have in a mech. You guys know what mech switches look like, but this is about as simple as you can get for a switch. There's two pieces of metal. You push them together, it fires. That's a mechanical switch. It's metal touching metal. And that is essentially instantaneous. Whereas with a MOSFET, I mean, you're getting really technical here. There is a delay, but it's measured in like nanoseconds.
Oh, wow.
I guarantee you, I mean,
you won't notice much of a difference.
You hit the button, it fires. Yeah. And what I would say is, yes, the MOSFET does technically hit slightly slower than a mechanical mod or mechanical switch, but I guarantee you cannot perceive it. And if you do, it's in your head. I'm squishy, not hit.
Now, you're also a musician, aren't you?
I dabble.
You dabble?
Yeah.
I heard you're quite the bass player.
Yeah, I've been playing bass since I was 12 years old. I am now considerably older. I've been playing for 37 years, do the math. But I started playing in bands in high school and college. I didn't really do much. I took like upright lessons in college and learned theory. But then after school, I started getting more serious into bands. And then I've basically just been playing around Philly with various bands for a long time. And after my son died, I started working on, well, I didn't technically start working on an album. After my son died, I started writing poetry just because I was losing my fucking mind. And when the pain would get just like completely unbearable, the weight of it just, losing a child is like losing fucking part of your soul. And when I would get into those extremely dark places, something that helped me was to write. And so I wrote, I think in total, probably about 80 poems. And And then sometime later, I actually got in touch with a bunch of my friends because I've got scarred vocal cords. I can't hold a note to save my fucking life. And basically got in touch with all my friends, and I'm like, these are the poems that I've been, working on, and let's make this into an album, and basically get a different friend on a different song. So each song on the album has a different person singing. They're all about all of the songs are about the pain of losing a child, from basically when it happens to three. But the album basically starts. The first song on the album is 3 weeks after my son died.
Right.
And then by the time I released the album, it was like 2 years after my son died. No, fuck, 3 years after my son died. And it took a long time to make this album. But it basically follows like the path of grief and emotions from that time until the end of the album, which was, probably by the time maybe it covers a 2-year span where you're starting to get a little bit of hope back into your soul. And
Right.
the last few songs on the album kind of reflect that. So like, if anyone's in chat doesn't know me, and I think everyone in chat does because I'm reading the names, but my album is Villamod. It's Vilomahd. I cannot believe I spelled that right. And you can download it or stream it even on like Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify. If you want to actually download it or want a physical copy, you can go to Bandcamp. No, my bad. MicheleLynn.bandcamp.com, and my name has one L in it. And dude, you got rambling Michele tonight, dude.
Dude, I asked you about your musical stuff, and that's where I wanted to go with it. So yeah. We're good. We're good. No, it does stink that you can't buy those dull dimes though. And I know a lot of people out there that are like, damn, those things are sexy.
Dude, they take so long to make them. And yeah. I hate cutting the tins apart. Fucking at this point, I hate it because every fucking cut you make is like one step closer to disaster. And you make one error when you're working on that tin, you got to start over. And luckily now? In the like 50 dull dimes I've made, it's only happened to me twice, where like I fucked up to the tin and it was like, that's it. And by the time that happens, you could have 3, 4, 5 hours into cutting the tin up. So
yeah,
if one mod takes about 10 hours to make, I would say a good 8 of that is working with the tin.
Oh wow.
The wiring part is easy. The wiring part for me is kind of zen because like I really take I would say pride in my soldering, but also it's kind of artistic. Like I want the flows on the metal to look really nice, and like I waste way too much time on shit like that, and that definitely adds time to building it. But I enjoy that part. I don't enjoy cutting the tin up.
Right.
That part sucks. Actually, if anyone in chat has like actual mod questions or things like that.
Yeah, definitely, guys. If you guys have any questions about mods or anything that you guys want to ask Michele, by all means, put that in chat, and we'll give it a shout out. That is actually something I completely bypassed during this show, was my shout outs I usually do. Normally I do those right after the buffet, but I kind of rolled right into the whole Let's Grill Michele segment there. So, guys, let's say hi to Stu Rep, 808 Recon Ghost. What's going on, Bronco Monk? Kevin Smith is in, Vaping Irish, Vapor Bunny. How are you all doing? Coming down, Disma Fugger here, and Stu Rep are in, as well as Clown Vapes. What's going on? So, yeah, there. We've done shout-outs. That brings me to the end of the list at the moment. So, what is your favorite type of mod to vape on?
Dual parallel.
Dual parallel.
No doubt. I mean, dude, as people have probably, I would say heard more than seen, but...
Oh, the noisy fucker.
Yeah, noisy fucker too, technically. But I love my PWM mod. I love it, and I love my Trinity cap. Like, this is the kind of mod where, like, this Addy is just going to be on this one forever. It's perfect. But this is like, I mean, I could technically vape on it all day. It's not like too much of anything.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer the cooler vape that I get from like a dual parallel with the build that I have. Also the battery life on a PWM is, it's essentially like using a mech. It's
Oh wow.
it's not it's not much.
Not great.
No. Um, and I use that thing. Why? Actually, you know what? I don't know where the batteries are, and I don't know where I'm at right now. But fuck it, let's stick a meter on top of my PWM and see what I'm vaping at. Because obviously, with a
Is that potentiometer?
yeah, with a potential with a pot on it, it's set it to to taste.
Yep.
Science.
Science in the works right now. Getting a school lesson.
Let's see, where are we?
4.
I can't read it.
4.7.
Okay.
Right around
So
4.7 volts.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not asking a lot more.
No.
I think the batteries are a little low though, because it's usually around 5 when I've done that in the past. So, and that's the thing with a PWM. It's like a water tap, and you're just adjusting the faucet. But when the water pressure from that tap gets lower, so does everything else coming out of it.
Right.
So like if you're fresh batteries and you're adjusting the taste and you're setting it and you're like, great, I'm at like 5 volts, everything's wonderful. As your batteries wear, you can do one of two things: just stick with it until they're gone, or you can keep turning the pot up.
Yep.
Until you get to a point where it's like, okay, I'm maxed out and I just totally fucked up my batteries. Awesome. But anyway,
good.
The super long answer to your question is PWM. I'm sorry. Wow. Man.
Dual parallel.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, all day.
I like my dual parallels.
But it's also kind of like a lazy thing with me too, because most of my dual parallels have a meter on the inside, so I can just open the door. Okay, I know what the voltage is, I'm good. I realize that like even if you don't have a meter, most people that vape on dual parallel boxes know that like everything's great. Okay, the battery feels like it's about time to change it. They stick it on the charger and it probably says like 3.2 volts or whatever, and every time it's the same place. But I like being able to just look at a meter real quick and make sure that I'm not just losing my mind.
Right. So, double checking.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Do you recommend any sites for total novices to follow box mod building guides, preferably parallel?
No, I mean because I've done that. I've gone to different. Like I said, I've looked at like almost every freaking diagram that Google pulls up, and if you click on them, they all lead to those different sites.
Right.
And I've seen some good ones, and I've seen some ones that just had errors on them. Like they copied someone else's or whatever. I'd have to really think about that for a second, because like I don't get my stuff from like one of those shops that like sells kits and things like that. Like I get my MOSFETs from like DigiKey or Mauser, or last time I got them from our buddy Mark. Yeah, and the battery trays I get from this one guy. I try to just, what I mean. But having said that, man, I don't even know if they're in business anymore.
We can change that question up a little bit. And
yeah, like I mean, I've seen some kits on the market, like where if someone wanted to build a mod, you could like get their kit. It has a box, it has a button, it has the battery tray, it comes with kind of instructions, not really. And that's a great place to start, because you're not like trying to figure out like what parts, what 510 do I want, and that would teach you like the basics of building it. And then if you want to get into it, you can, go crazy. But I don't know if I can name one per se.
Yeah, see that's kind of where I was going with my next question was going to be, what advice would you give to newer builders?
I don't like giving
advice
to builders, because look, how did I learn? I went on the internet and I looked up wiring diagrams, and I saw, okay, and it makes sense. But that's also because like I've been wiring simple project things, like my brain knows how to process that.
You've got
and
a
if
technical
you've never
mind.
done it before, If you have done things like that before, then just do what I did. Go check out a couple wiring diagrams. It's really obvious. They're super simple.
Yeah.
But if you're like a newbie, I would probably try to find some videos, understand that whatever video that you're watching, don't take that one person as the end all be all. We all have, different little things that we do. Get a wide kind of range of YouTube builders, check out wiring diagrams, maybe look up kits. And if you really want to build one, even before you go that far, I would say get yourself a really good soldering iron. You're going to spend like $90 at least. Something that you can adjust the temperature on. That's extremely important. Get yourself some solder, get yourself some copper wires, and fucking just spend hours soldering shit together. Because when you're building a mod and you've got the battery tray in there and you're attaching a wire, you don't have room for a mistake. That's not the time to learn. So, wow, I think I answered that.
Good point. Very good.
Oh,
that was awesome. Good job.
I see a question from Kevin Smith, which before we started, we decided that Kevin Smith is the same Kevin Smith that is like, Silent Bob or Jay and Silent Bob.
Yes. Are you?
Sure, it's not. But, oh, yeah, and definitely get some fucking flux, but that's in the whole story there. Let someone go learn how to solder on their own. Yeah. But Kevin Smith asked, what's this clove juice you do?
It's delicious.
It doesn't suck. But, okay, so over the years, okay, God damn it, I have to backtrack again. The Green Smoke Sig-alike that I started with at the end of 2013, their clove was amazing, but they stopped making it. So then I had to get their coffee vape, and it was like, it's very meh. And so that's what actually got me off Sig-alikes and on to like, okay, now where do we progress to? I think my first mod was like a fucking Elite 30 water with whatever stupid tank I had on there. But there was a many-year search for clove. It was a lot of ordering from anyone I found, from like Vape Wild, which was terrible, to like, Mountain Vapor. Was it Mountain Vapor? What's the...
Mount Baker Vapor?
Yeah, that one was terrible. Then I spent a fortune on some vape for clove from, who are the ones that make like a lot of the cigarette flavors? But and real high-end, fancy bottles.
No, it's not TBCO then.
No. Well, whatever. I tried their clove. That was shit. So eventually I found, YouTube videos about DIYing. Mm-hmm. And, I started DIYing. And over the years of trying, like, different cloves from, like, whether it's from, like, Flavor West or Flavor Art, actually, it's just one that I liked. And then I would try different mixes, and I was vaping that clove for a long time. And then I came across... This was a while after that, a company called Vaporfy. Okay, and Vaporfy makes something called Heavenly Clove. And the flavor profile itself is amazing. I mean, they fucking nailed the black clove cigarettes to a T. However, and this is just because I think a lot of people will buy that e-liquid and stick it into a tank or something, mouth to lung, and it's really it's great. It's definitely kind of strong. Even said like the way they sell their juices, it's like 1, 2, or 3 like flavor shots, and never get more than 1 flavor shot. But at like 1 shot, mouth to lung, it's kind of strong, but it's really good. But I don't vape like that. I vape on drippers, so I had to take that juice and make it like dripperable.
Dripperable.
It's a new word. And so what I did is this, and I'm going to give you my recipe right now because it's super simple. And if anyone wants to try the clove that I vape every fucking day, this is how you do it. You're going to get Vaporfy clove 12 milligram, 50-50. You don't go with 70 VG on this one. 50-50. You need the PG in this one for the throat hit. But the important thing is you're buying the 12 milligram, 50-50. And the reason is this. You're going to then buy... come on, brain, turn back on. Oh, God. Vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol. Some places you can find it. It's already pre-mixed at 50-50 levels. If you can find that, that's fine too. And what you're going to do is you're going to mix it 25% of the Vaporfy clove, 12 milligram, and then 75% is going to be the 50/50 PGBG. And what you'll end up with is a 3 milligram, obviously, and something that you can drip without getting overcloved. It's like that's like the perfect amount for a dripper.
That's awesome. It is pretty good. I won't lie about that. I did get the chance to try some of it at NVE. It's pretty good stuff.
You better not be the person that got me sick.
I better not be. Oh my god.
No, dude, I was letting way too many people try my vape.
I wasn't sick. I didn't think I got sick anywhere close to NVE. Yeah, I think I would have gotten really pissed if I did, though.
I got, what do they call it? Vape czars or something like that. I think that's czars. Czars. It's basically like, it was, like I said, it's my mistake. I shouldn't have shared my vape with so many people.
I gotcha. I see what you mean. Well, what are we? We are at 10 minutes of. Is there anything going on in the world of Michele Daldime this week?
No, it's holiday tomorrow. Holidays suck.
Ah, yes. Happy 4th of July, by the way.
Yeah, holidays used to be fucking wonderful. And then, you know, when you lose a child, then every holiday is a holiday without that child, you know, and
or any family member for that matter.
Yeah, it's unbearable.
It really is.
But I have a couple gigs coming up this month. I think it's like the last weekend of the month.
Have a good night, Chris.
Oh, see you, Chris. I'm playing with Andrea Nardello. I'm her bass player. We're playing both nights of the Ladybug Music Festival in Wilmington, Delaware, on main stage. So that'll be fun. And then I have some other gigs coming up. I don't know what my calendar is at this point, but they're all pretty much gigs playing for Andrea. Like the summertime is like festival time, and it's bands.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, and Andrea kills it. She's absolutely wonderful to play for. I mean, if anyone in chat wants to check her out, her name's Andrea Nardello, and I would download the album Fire. It's my fave, and you can also listen to my sweet bass playing on there. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Was it like the Seinfeld theme?
Oh my god.
Boom, 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 boom,
boom. Yes, happy 4th to the escaped colonists. Thank you, Dismafugger here. Oh, DC Rackley's here.
Hey, DC.
What's going on, my dude? Look, we got peeps in.
Yeah, DC's family, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
He's a family partaker. Shrubbery.
He's a stooge. He's
a loud bass admirer. There you go.
He's a solid guy. Member of the Stooge crew. Love it. Love you, buddy. What do I got coming up this week? Well,
oh shit, dude, wait. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
What?
What we got coming up? I'm a fucking idiot. Next Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time, there's a little show on Ruby Rue's YouTube channel called That's What She Said with me, Ruby, Jess Marie, Danielle Jones, and Shmangela Gary. Come check us out. You know, Grim Green has his pre-show for us, which is nice. And we have a lot of fun. Still wearing knitted beards. Oh, no. Dude, okay, so hold on, Kevin. That's not me. The knitted beard was Gabe Claus. Different person altogether. Yeah. Whenever I put that, like, that knitted, really itchy fucking...
Oh, yeah.
That's Gabe Claus. Yeah, that came from, like, Discord from way back, before that ever made an appearance on YouTube. Yeah, I would pop in with this, like, it's like a knitted beard that attaches to like a cap, and come in there and be like, hey, I'm a Gabe Claus, I'm Santa Claus's brother, you know, and with swaggins. I mean, this shit just would get crazy. So here's your little secret: when you see Gabe Claus in chat, that's me, being a troll.
Jess is the undisputed burp champion.
No doubt.
She is a champion of burping. That is for
It,
sure.
one night for the show, I made sure I had like this Diet Coke, so I'd get like plenty of carbonation in there because I was gonna burp with Jess, and I didn't. Swear to God, one of the burps I scared myself with that thing, and then it was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave that to Jess.
Actually, they've got a. You guys have a counter on the show now.
Yeah, Vic usually does the counting on this.
Oh man. Well,
It's a lot
guys.
of fun, and I love the women that I get to do this show with, and
Yeah.
it's like a weekly thing because like Tuesday nights we meet from like usually 10 p.m. my time to about 1 a.m. and we talk about like what we're going to talk about on the show on Thursday, and we get everything worked out, and then Thursday we do the show, and then after the show we usually have some of the homies like pop in to our little private Zoom room when we have like a little after show, and but it's like we've all gotten to know each other so much better from this and become like really great friends, to the point where like
Yeah.
Ruby and I are sending texts in the middle of the freaking night with just the most ridiculous stuff. And it's been a really good thing, and not just like from a standpoint of like, oh, I hope people like the show and all that, but I mean like it's been a really good thing like mentally
Yeah.
to all of us on it, like it's like we gained our little core, and when we
Yeah.
have problems we take it to the core and we're there for each other, and
That's awesome. That's a
it's really
great
nice. So when people
relationship.
watch the show, like the friendship that we have on the show is 100% genuine.
That it's such a great thing to see. A panel with that kind of relationship. You know, it's like all coming together. I've been huge on like the infighting in the vaping industry and community needs to stop. We all need to just kind of pool together and you know be there for each other, and that's exactly what you guys have done, and that's awesome. So yeah, guys, head on over to Ruby Rouge channel, give her a sub so that you guys know when they go live on Thursday evening, 10 p.m.
Yeah, 10 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep,
Yeah.
10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday night on Ruby Rouge channel. Go check them out. That's what she said. Bam, done. Jacoby Vapes, what's going on, dude? We're just wrapping up. Um, Michelle, Lynn, Dull Dime, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a very big pleasure having you here and
Well,
shooting
thanks,
the shit.
Chris. I
Um,
appreciate it.
yeah, you know. Well, we've gotten to know each other a bit better since NVE, so it's getting a better feel, I suppose.
Yeah, I was getting like, I don't know if you picked up on it at NVE, but like I was getting a little overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a lot going on. I like when I'm in a crowd, I'm very content and happy on the stage because you're not like when you're in a show, you're not in the crowd, and it's just that's peaceful. But when you're in the crowd, it gets crazy. So I
Yeah.
don't know if I was like kind of freaked out, but I was generally a little freaked
Oh,
out.
I've definitely got some social anxiety issues myself. So, in a place with that many people, it's hard not to feel like really closed in, and
Yeah.
it gets to you. So yeah, I totally get how you feel there, and that's why I think I understand exactly how you felt about the Modders Gallery in the Aspen Mod Co. booth, where it was so chilled out and
Yeah.
there weren't so many people there, so you could kind of relax a little bit.
Well, yeah, like you could go and walk around
Mm-hmm.
and go check out whatever. Okay, it's good, and then you could go back behind the thing, sit down,
And
chill, and
yeah,
you got to do it like in little baby doses without getting too
right.
freaked out. It was perfect. But
Absolutely.
with us, we were before we even went to NV, like we had already been talking about that's what she said for a good 2 months at that point.
Yep.
Like working on it and things like that, and like again working on like how we were going to break the show down and all that. But so by the time we got to NVE, like we had already planned like, okay, Michelle, you're going to hang out with us at the booth and just chill, and like so when I got there, it was just like there was no worry, and you were among like family at the Stooge house. It was, god damn it. I'm sorry, I'm reminiscing and not letting you finish your show, but NVE was freaking amazing.
It
Go
was.
next year, everyone. Go
Yeah,
Holy
and
crap.
now I've been accepted into the Stooge fam and been offered the opportunity to come and hang out with you guys next year. I can't wait for that. That's going to be an absolute blast.
Oh my God.
I've seen footage, and that even the footage, I know it doesn't do justice to the time you guys probably actually had. I mean, 5 fire trucks. Come on now.
It was fucking. You know what was happening at that point? Well, we all know that the Stooge house we had a fire alarm, but when it was going off, my only concern was grabbing certain shrubbery containers and making sure they were hidden in case you were going to have police and firemen inside the house. But
Right.
when it actually came to have someone come in, like Swaggins was on top of that shit, totally managing the situation, and oh my god, it was amazing. Yeah, clown vapes, exactly, dude. You get it.
Absolutely. Well, again, Michelle, it's been great talking and reminiscing about NBE and learning some more about you and your musical talents and your technical talents, and
Thanks.
mod building. I love it. I wish I could do it. And I guess I can relate in a small sense because I'm a coil builder. So I build coils. And the only thing that I could say for advice to anybody that's new to not just mod building or coil building, but to anything, just practice, patience, take your time, and you'll get it. And perseverance. That's it. You
Dude,
know.
I've been nominated. I have never won this award, but I've been nominated twice, best bass player, like in this area.
That's awesome.
And that's not because I was born with a gift. It was because I've been playing for so long and practicing for thousands upon thousands of hours. If you want to
Right.
get good at anything, you got to do it. Like, I mean, if I was going to start building coils, I would just start by like, and I've done it. I've built coils with my drill and all that. Nothing like you guys do. I'm talking like a fused Clapton. That's as
Right.
far as I got. But it took a lot of patience and skill and practice, and I fucked up a lot of wire before I had something I could vape on. Whatever you do, it's good. You may think on one level, oh my God, that'd be cool to get into that. But then when you get into it, you realize the world of complexity that then entails.
Right. Absolutely, it does, but it is a lot of practice, trial and error, And yeah, you're gonna go through some wire. If you're starting coil building, you're gonna go through some wire, but in the end, you'll get it. It's just keep try after try. Um, that's the way I look at it, though. I think everybody's capable of everything, as long as they put their mind to it. But anyways, guys, that was Michelle Lynn. Thank you very much again for showing up and being a part of this with me.
Good night, vape fam.
Good night, Vape Fam. Uh, Big love to all you guys in chat. Big love to my Nightbot Spanner because I think he's the only one in right now. Um, so, thank you, Nightbot. um, so that's
Good
what
night,
I've got.
DC.
What's that?
I said good night, DC.
Night, DC. Um, so yeah, big love and thanks to you guys out there in YouTube land in the chat. Um, thank you guys so much for your support and encouragement. It means a lot to me. Guys, please do remember, I am going to wrap this up the way I usually do. Remember, please do, that we are the masters of our own destinies. We're the only ones in this world that can pick and choose how positive or negative our days will ever be. So remember to keep that positivity high, keep the smile on your face, and let that negative just brush off your shoulders. I love you all. You guys will catch me again tomorrow on the Ohm Service Live. That would be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that is, 7 o'clock p.m. in the UK. Yes, it is late in the UK. Big love to everybody. Thank you so much, and I will catch you on the next one.